This video is brought to you by our friends at Squarespace.
Good morning and welcome back to Split, Croatia. Today we are going to be embarking on an 8-day cruise along the Croatian coast, visiting many bays, islands, historic towns, and probably partaking in some of the famous Croatian nightlife. We actually moved accommodation to be closer to the port so we can be ready for check-in. We booked this horrible looking sky-rise building, but there was a problem with the apartment and they actually moved us into this historic old town building with lovely green shutters with sort of a view of the port. Just behind the bins and the train track there is actually the boat we are going to be boarding. What are the chances? We're actually going to be sailing with Go Croatia Sail, and that is the main reason we decided to come to this part of the world in peak season, because they run these boutique small style cruises, a far cry from the giant Virgin Atlantic ship that is making a racket in the background. But we do now need to leave. Check out of this place, which normally would probably cost about 150 euros a night, but we got it. Look at this beautiful apartment.
We were quite lucky.
Upgrade for 60 euros a night, and we need to head down there and board our boat.
Literally just a 2-minute walk and we have found our boat. I can't believe we lucked out with that apartment. Sheer luck. But today we are going to be boarding the ocean boat with Go Croatia Sail. It's actually a Premier Plus boat and we're in the age category of 30 to 49.
We've been upgraded by age.
We've matured a little bit. So they have a couple of different categories. You can also jump on, I think it's like the 18 to 30s or 18 to 35s or something like that. But as you can imagine, that would be a bit of partying and not so much relaxing.
Since when do we not like a drink?
We do like a drink, but I think we're going to do it in a different way. And yeah, I'm very, very excited.
You can see they have got a whole entire fleet of boats, and we actually did something pretty similar to this in Greece, and that was a great way to explore the island, similarly to what we are going to be doing here, exploring some of the over 1,000 islands of Croatia.
Before we continue, we just want to say a quick thank you to our partners at Squarespace for helping us bring this video to life. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform for whether you are just starting out or whether you're managing a growing business. We finally have a website after using Squarespace for the last few weeks. It's actually never been easier for you to create one for yourself. You can either use one of their amazing templates or you can build your own using the Squarespace Blueprint, which is actually a guided design system. Squarespace is super easy to create and customize in detail your very own website. You can drive sales and engage your audience with just the click of a few buttons. And you can even use the Squarespace app to edit your website on the go. Now this is absolutely perfect for us to update our own website during our travels. Head on over to Squarespace for your free trial today. You can actually use the link in the description. It's our link and you'll get 10% off your purchase of your first domain or website. Thank you so much to Squarespace for partnering with us, and let's get back to the video.
Hello.
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 Hey.
We are on the ocean.
Ocean one.
Ocean, yes.
Okay, my colleague will be with you in a second.
Amazing.
Perfect, thank you.
So much.
Yeah, no
Voila, thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Ocean, yes.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Hey, I'm Nicolette.
Molly, nice to meet
Matt.
you.
Nicolette,
Nice to meet you.
We've met our reps and we are actually jumping on board now. We have to cross through the party boat, so I believe this is like the 18 to 31. So yeah,
So
avoiding that one.
this is actually our age, but We obviously act older than we. I don't know if that's a compliment.
I think it is. It's definitely a compliment. This is lovely though, to be fair. I think they have 5 boats as well in the fleet, but we're jumping on ocean. Okay.
Watch your step.
Oh dear. Mind again. Welcome to cabin number 15, our double cabin on board Ocean, and I am really surprised. It's actually really big. We have our beautiful double bed, we have storage, ice cold aircon, which is needed. It's so good, and our little bathroom. Honestly, I wasn't expecting our room on board to be this big. There's plenty of room for activities.
So we do have just about an hour before we set sail, which is probably the best time to show you round our boat, starting with one of the 1, 2, 3 decks.
Starting with the very lovely Croatian flag, and then we come up, I think we're above captain here.
Are we going in?
We are. There is the name of the boat, Ocean, down on the floor, and then we're going to come down. I think we've got to go up again. So you've got more rooms along here. So you've actually got upstairs, downstairs rooms, and then, oh, this is nice. We have the compass and an outdoor seating area with rattan furniture. This is actually a really large space to come and chill out from, and you are shaded from that very hot Croatian sun.
And then you get up to the top deck with the hot tub that is currently being cleaned because we are extremely early, and then you've got all of these sunbeds to chill out and take in the views.
I've definitely picked my spot. I'm going to be heading on one of them sunbeds, and that will be me, but this is going to be our home for the next 8 days. I know I've said it before, but I'm very excited. We also have another communal area, which I also really love because you are again shaded, and probably our favourite place is the bar and where we will be eating our meals on board. Hello.
Hello and welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
Great.
What beer do you have for us?
I know it's but no, not in bottle,
Only draft.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Can we get
2?
Small one.
Big.
Big.
2 big one.
Yes, please.
Second one.
Thank you very much.
Tell me number.
15. Zivili.
Chiavelli, I was not expecting draft beer on board. It actually works on a tab system, so you give your room number.
That's dangerous.
Forget about it until the end. Hang on.
That's good.
Ice cold. You know that would be the first thing that we do. We show you around and we get a beer.
Oh, I think I'm going to enjoy. Oh, that's so good. The next 8 days on board. I think we're going to set sail in the next 10 to 15 minutes, and then on our way to our first destination we are going to enjoy a lovely lunch on board. Cheers. It's literally the size of my head.
Where's this from?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Cheers.
Looks like you're ready to do and we'll start lunch.
That was great.
Thank you.
Lunch has been consumed well and truly. Well, not only lunch, we were also greeted with a welcome tequila to get I don't know why I did it, to get us going, but we are now well and truly on our way to Makarska, which is a small, rather unexplored town on the coast of Croatia, and this is why we wanted to do a sailing tour, because we get to go to places that we probably would have overlooked ourselves. And I think on the way we're literally sat right at the front of the right at the front of the boat. The captain is right there in the window behind me. We're trying to find a little spot to go for a swim, because of course the week we have gone on board is the hottest of the season so far.
and welcome to Brač. I'm really not sure how to pronounce it, but this is actually Croatia's third largest island, and it is our swim stop, or for some people, jumping off the side. And
are you going to do it?
Cannonballing. I'm not. I've been told that they have floaties and little watermelons.
There you go. That's got to be you in a minute.
No, not for me, thanks. As you can see, it's like a beautiful little bay. People have got all sorts of different boats coming in. They're just chilling out. You've got paddle boards.
There goes someone else.
No, I'm not jumping in. I'm relaxing.
That is what I love about the experience on this boat, that we weren't even scheduled necessarily to stop at this island, but because there's a space, because there's a beautiful bay, because the weather is so calm, we've got it, and we're here for the next hour. And I think I'm going to jump, Molly. It only feels right to jump.
Go.
We're doing it?
We're doing it.
I'm doing it. You doing it first?
Yeah, you go first.
I've got to tuck and cover the old crown jewels.
I'm a gentleman, mate. Ladies first, eh?
Here we go.
Woo!
That hurt a little bit more than I was expecting. As soon as he said ladies first, I was like, I've got to jump. I've got to jump. I'm being egged on, but we have actually got a paddleboard out and I'm just using it. Really?
We're not going very far.
No, as a sunbed. There's actually a few other floaties. You can see some of the other guests have got the boat there and the beach in front. I'm wondering, do you reckon we have time? The beach looks stunning, honestly. Brač Island. I never knew I was coming to you, but your bays are rather beautiful. And
It's nice, eh?
relax.
Not a red wheel.
Welcome to Makarska. We pretty much spent the entire afternoon chilling out on the top deck, jumping in the cold tub. It's actually stopped working, which is probably the best thing ever because it is nice and cool to get out of this hot Croatian sun. But we have made it to the Riviera. The Riviera you have probably never heard of. This is quite a small town and we only really have a couple of hours of daylight, so we're going to walk around, take in the sights and the views of this ginormous mountain behind us.
It is absolutely beautiful. You have old stone houses, red roofs. It really reminds me of some of the towns we pulled up in when we did the Greek cruise, and of course it's very Croatian. Actually, it has the tallest mountain in the region of Dalmatia that we're in. I think it's like over 1,700 meters tall, and it just cascades over this beautiful town. It's a really lovely marina. You have bars and restaurants on one side, the other side you have all of the boats, and it's also really conveniently located in between Split and Dubrovnik, so it's a really nice little stop off for you on your way.
And the first thing that I have noticed on the other side of the road is the Pekara, the bakery. I'm hungry. Can we have burek before dinner?
We can indeed.
I feel like we can. Thank you. Oh, look at this. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, it smells. Oh, it's fresh. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, but look at that one. Is that sweet? That must be cheese. They even have different ones.
Oh, fresh out the oven as well. Can you smell it?
It does smell good. Hello. Which one is this burek?
Cheese, potato. This
Cheese
one,
or
the burek.
potato? Okay. Cheese. Can we have 2 cheese, please?
2 cheese, please. She was not the happiest. Avada. I take it back. It might just have been a language barrier, but we do have 2 slabs of cheese burek for €7 from Pekara Vita that's apparently been there since, if I can get it open, 1979. So probably Makarska's most famous.
It's good barak.
It's flaky. It's cheesy. And this is our view. Watching the sunset. Sat on a bench. Doesn't get any more Balkan. I'd highly recommend that. I think we had the best seats in the house for a sunset. Sit on a bench in the marina, grab some burek and enjoy. But we have now made it to the old town square, which again is equally stunning. You can just see from here the sheer size of the mountains behind. You've got the old cathedral in front of me, and like in most of Europe, you're going to find all of the bars and restaurants situated around the square, and one of them I'm sure is going to have our name on it.
Seeing as we are on a boat and on the sea, we decided to sit in on the square, the Kachich Square I think it's called. I've probably butchered the name, but we've come into Cafe Bar Martini and it's really nice. It feels a lot more local. I did read online that this is sort of a local hub along the Riviera. We're just waiting for our beers to come now. They're a little bit cheaper. I think a pint's like €4.50, but it's absolutely
so far, honestly,
stunning.
Apart from accommodation, I found Croatia not to be as expensive as
Everyone
people say.
scares you, don't they? They say, oh my god, you pay this much for a meal, but so far, so good.
Živeli.
Živeli.
Little and large. Good morning from a tiny little peninsula just off the mainland of Croatia. Pinch me, honestly, what a way to start our day. And if you are looking for a town that is more laid back than the likes of Split and Dubrovnik, I'd highly recommend Makarska. We spent the rest of the evening sitting on the old town square listening to buskers and enjoying a couple more ice cold beers. We then got up bright and early this morning, had breakfast. Very, very good breakfast. They got a toasty machine. Cheese and pepperoni toasties are unbelievable. And now to wake us up, we've stopped off. Look at this place. It's absolutely outrageous. We have stopped off. I don't even know the name of the peninsula. It's an unnamed, not known location, and that is really the reason you do this. You get to stop off in places that you wouldn't be able to access by car. There's only one or two other boats over there, and I feel like I need my morning swim. Good morning.
Good morning. This is the beauty of doing a trip like this. So we get a little swim stop before we head to our main stop today, which is actually going to be Mljet or Mljet. I'm not sure how to
Probably
say
a Croatian island you've never heard of. You gonna swim?
Yeah.
You gonna jump?
No.
This is the best way, off your coffee, to wake up of a morning. I'm gonna break my sunglasses.
Go, go,
Woo!
go. Good?
Perfect. Whoever's idea it was to invent this floaty netting thing, you've saved my life. Up, breakfast, coffee, jump, swim, lay on this for an hour, and we've got a blooming watermelon here. But I mean, what a backdrop!
And this is how you get
Someone
your little charter
back to the boat.
You're so lazy. So lazy. And after a morning swimming and sailing along the Croatian coast, welcome to Mljet. Mljet, probably an island you have never heard of. It's actually the 8th largest in all of Croatia, but 84% of it is natural forest and is only home to around 1,000 people. We actually have the next few hours to explore and hike up to the national park and explore the many lakes, but we've stopped off in the nicest, quaintest, we have stopped off in the quaintest of towns, Pomina. In the down season, around only 10 people live here.
This is lovely. It's actually what Croatia was like before the tourism boom. There's a few little restaurants. They close at 11, so it's definitely not a party
There's even a
island.
music band.
You have to turn your music off by like 10, but we did have the option of renting bikes, but we kind of decided that we wanted to walk because it's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours walking around through the lakes in the national park, so we decided that we were going to get our cardio in for the day.
If you want a peaceful little holiday, Pomina is definitely the place for you. There's 2 or 3 restaurants this side, there's a few just over there, and the new Croatia has even managed to influence itself here. They have got one beach club, but a beach club that plays no music whatsoever. We will show you more of the town later, but first we need to check out the national park, a national park full of lakes on a remote Croatian island. And we're off, we're in the national park. It's 20 euros each to enter, and I think that actually includes a boat ride across one of the lakes, but you can see straight away how drastically the island changes from the small little town to lush forest. 84%, like I said, of this place is forest, and it used to be home to a lot of snakes apparently, which is why they introduced lizard, small lizard. That's not what they introduced. They actually introduced mongoose here to eat all of the snakes. And unfortunately, they ended up eating too many, and now the national park is overrun with mongoose.
I really thought it was going to take us ages to walk because the trails kind of put you off a little bit, but it was about a 5-minute steady walk from town. We've made it to Small Lake. I think you have, I know the other lake is like Veliko Jezero, something like that, and this is Mali Jezero, I
presume
believe.
that means small and big lake.
We're guessing Small and Big Lake, but we're just going to have a little wander around. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. Look at this. Pivo, beer.
I thought it was an ice cream man.
No, he's come prepared. He's got ice cream, but he made sure that he's got beer on there. Can I have 2 Pivo, please?
Vala.
The best of the best.
Oh, nice and cold.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Oh, it's good. Perfect. Thank you, my friend.
That's fine, I'll give you a smaller one.
Thank you, Vala. What a legend. Originally I thought he was an ice cream man, but he's also a beer man. We are now crossing Mali Most, which is the bridge that separates the small lake, which is absolutely stunning, and the big lake, which is equally as stunning, which I think we're going to find a little spot on the beach. Oh, Givoli.
He said they were ice cold, didn't he?
I need to get in.
Oh, he wasn't wrong.
My company, they are.
Oh, this is so good. You wouldn't believe that this is actually saltwater lake. Oh. Wow. Forget the hiking. Walk down, come to the little bridge that separates the two, grab yourself a beer and chill out for the afternoon. The weather and the temperature of the water is just perfect, and I think I'm going to try just under there. You can swim from the small to the big lake. So right there is the entrance to the big lake, but the water pushing through is really quick, and it's actually quite deep to get through. Wow, that's quick. It's almost like rapids to get through. You would not expect to find something like this, would you? On an island, when you think of lakes, you think mainland, you don't think of small remote Croatian island, but right there is big lake. But I'm just gonna let it take you. Three, two, one, go. And let it take you.
Oh my god.
It's so quick, right?
You're out now, look.
Woo!
Opted not to do the boat trip, but it is included in your ticket, so if you fancy doing it then you should check it out. We actually just swam and chilled instead. It was
Such
so
a nice spot.
lovely, so fresh and so cold and needed for today. Oh, thank you so
much.
Thank you very
much.
More?
Voilà.
Perfect.
Big, thank you. Voilà.
For food you need more time.
Yes, just 5 minutes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we actually decided to come into Forcha. Now, we did have lunch on board already earlier, but after the walk, the heat, we fancied eating earlier. I think this is actually a fast food restaurant, but it's the most beautiful spot ever. We have a swing, we're out on
look at this view, look at this.
Pamina
Look at that, that is picture perfect Croatia.
And they've got my favourite thing, cevapi.
Hold on. Oh, I've had my fair share of scenic beers, but this for Croatia might just take first place. There are a lot of restaurants, there's probably 10, 15 in the small town, but a lot of them are seafood restaurants, and unfortunately we aren't the biggest seafood eaters. So I think this place, it's like burgers, pizzas, grills, fish again. You're on the islands of Croatia, of course fish, but I feel like it's going to be two cevapi with ivar and no onion.
Yeah, no onion. This looks so good. We've had some pretty good cevapi recently, so I'm excited to test it. She actually said this comes in the lapinja, so the huge bread, which I believe we had in Serbia, in Mljet, but it was like complete lapinja, so it was like really cheesy and fatty. This is oily and amazing. Oh, I swear they're just like the best invention ever. So here we go.
And you don't find them everywhere in Croatia.
You don't. You have to really look for them, like fast food places like this. Obviously, we have ivar, no kajmak. Cheers. They're super delicious, very soft, the bread's greasy. It's just what you need after walking through the lakes.
You grab, you wrap, you add the ivar, which maybe it's a Croatian thing, because I'm used to the kajmak, and this costs for 10 cevapi to share, 15 euro, plus drinks, probably 10 euro for both, so 25 euros for a meal each. I don't think that is too bad at all, and considering this is a fast food place, have you ever been in a fast food place with a view like this? Probably not. The ivar works. Maybe not quite Bosnian, but pretty close. Side note, if you are coming to Pamina and you're going to a supermarket and you're going to spend a few days, it's definitely a lot more expensive than the mainland. I suppose everything here is imported and there aren't many options. So an iced coffee, a local brand, €3. A water, almost €2. That's almost 3-4 times the price than we were paying in Split. And that brings an end to our first 3 days on board ocean, sailing the Croatian coast, the islands, and everything in between. But if you want to find something a little bit different, I would highly recommend Mljet, a national park full of saltwater lakes and quaint little towns away from the hustle and bustle that you get in Split and Dubrovnik. We've just pulled up at our final, well, I say final, we have 4 more days on board, our final swim stop before heading to Dubrovnik. I'm gonna get in because this just gets better and better every day. Look at that. The greens, the blues. Croatia. So we'll see you in the next one from Dubrovnik.